Well, I think this is definitely a great way to finish the year off. So, hello everybody, my name is Jai, and welcome to what is going to be my final video of 2023. So, we have finally made it again to the end of another year. I have to say, it's definitely been quite a fun year. I've definitely gotten quite a few great models this year. In fact, I think this is the most expensive year I have gotten stuff ever. I think I've gotten over 10 or 12 locos I think this year, including what's in here, which is going to be my final loco of the year, but of course we'll get to that in a minute. And speaking of obviously what this stuff is, as you can see, I do have a big box that I got from Train World, and I do have some other miscellaneous bits and pieces that I've actually gotten from some of my friends at the Model Railway Club. So, firstly, we have this Bachmann, I guess just flat grass mat, I guess you could say. This was about 60 bucks, so, you know, not too cheap, but I don't think it's too bad. It's about 1.8 meters long, and the layout that I'm going to be putting it on this stage is going to be about 3.6, so it's definitely a couple meters off, but it's not really a big deal. But that's the first thing. And I also got that from Toy World. And the other thing I got from Toy World was this. It's a Hornby or signal of some sort. Obviously I know it's not too realistic looking, but what I plan to do is to maybe make it where some of the people that come to see the layout can actually get a chance to maybe have a bit of playtime, like changing the signal green to red. I mean, look, it's possible it might break, but it was only 34 bucks, so if that's the case, it's not a big deal, but yeah, I thought I'd get that as well. Now these three items here were actually donated to me by one of my friends at the train club. Now I'm not going to mention his real name, but I will tell you his channel name, and that is That Tank Engine. So if you can, go ahead and check out his video, because he's a really nice young man, and he's given me all this stuff to do for the Narana project. So I really want to say thank you to him if he's watching this video. But yeah, as you can see, he's given me some trees, which do look very nice. And he's also given me a... Actually, I might just take these out actually, so I get a better look. Yeah, so this young man is definitely a really good builder. I can definitely say I'm 21 and he's at least 8 years younger than me, and unfortunately, yeah, not even I can do stuff like this. And that's only because I haven't learned how to do it, but this is meant to be a signal box. And yeah, it definitely looks very nice, doesn't it? And lastly, I think we have what would be like a church. I think. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, it looks a bit like a church. But no, again, looks very nice. He did make these and paint all this stuff, so really got to give it to him. And, oh, well, it turns out that he's given me some more of these track joiners, so yeah, that's really nice of him to do that. I did actually buy a few of these when I did the test at Narana, so yeah, it's actually good to have a few more of these, so thanks again for that. So, the last thing now, which I think is probably the coolest part, is this small loco shed. But yeah, as you can see, it looks very nice. I can definitely use this for my loco sheds. So again, yeah, looks really nice. So that's all the stuff from that tank engine, which again, If you can, make sure you subscribe to him, and I will leave a link to his channel. But yeah, if he's watching this, I just want to say a humongous thank you to you for that. This package was actually donated to me by one of the Narana staff, and as you can see, there's definitely a few bits and pieces in here. Just to make sure, yep, that's it. So firstly, we've got some of these little lanterns, I guess you could call them, or just lights. And just, now, some of this stuff might not be in like proper scale, but the way I see it, I don't really care. It's not a big deal. Oh yeah, we've got like a little pond type of thing. So yeah, it just shows how much some of these Narana people want me to do this. I mean, look, we've got a really nice looking tree with beautiful flowers on it, which looks so cool. And the last thing we got is like little green bushes. As you can see, all different shapes and sizes. So yeah, it's definitely really nice to have a lot of this scenic stuff. It definitely does help me from having to buy some of it. But yeah, there you go. So that is at least all the stuff that I got from Toy World, from one of my friends, and from Narana themselves. Now, for the moment that of course you've all been waiting for. The box from Train World. So this is probably the biggest package I have gotten so far on record. It isn't the most trains I've gotten in one like time. If you remember, right at the start I did get quite a big collection of locos and rolling stock, but as far as just locos or whatever in the package, or items in the package, this is definitely the biggest one. So I'm going to go ahead and get a good old knife, and we'll go ahead and open this box up. Alright. And here it is. So, of course we've got the receipt nicely crunched up there. Alright, so as you can see, I decided to get myself a few of these Vic VHDX quarry hoppers. These are the hoppers I'm going to use for, again, the Narana project. I am planning to get a few more of these, although in the more plain brown and white livery, in the V line, I think. But I do have, I think, 2 of them. Yep, here we go. So I got, I think, the last 2 that they had up in Train World. And I also got a 4-pack of them as well. The difference between them is obviously unlike these ones, which don't have the small flat thing that heads down the fronts. These ones do, as you can see. I've got some of this stuff. And as you can see, I have, like I mentioned before, some more of those buffers. Now, some of them are actually, what do you call it? Yard buffers. I got 2 of them as yard buffers, so these are the yard ones. And these ones are a little bit different. These are passenger buffers, or sorry, platform buffers. So again, these will need to be like painted. Here's the other loco I was talking about. This is another C class. Yes, I know, I got a ridiculous amount of C classes. Now, do you want to guess which C class this is? It is a C class in the V-Line livery, and it is C501. Now, I know what you might be thinking, dude, you've already got like 2 other C classes. Why do you need a 3rd one? Well, that's a great answer, but it turns out that although I used to have 3 C501s, I actually got rid of one of them. That being C501 in the VR, but it was a DC model, not from Precision but by a different company. I can't remember who it was, but It was just like a cheaper version of it. I got it, I think like a couple of years ago at the Caulfield exhibition. And yeah, well, that was great at the time. Obviously, by this time, I already had C501 in VR as a DCC variant in the preserved VR livery. And I was always still wanting to get a C-Class in the V line, that C501 too. So I thought, you know what, I don't want to have free C501s, I'll just get the more cheaper one out the way. So, yeah, I used to have free C501s, but now I don't. But yeah, so that's another C-Class. Probably going to be my last C-Class, I promise, that I'm going to get. Because all up I've got over 6 C-Classes now, with 5 of them being in V-Line. And, well, we've got another separate box here. Let's see what it is, shall we? I guess we'll see if it survived the trip, but here is something rather cool. This is a signal box, as you can see. And yeah, I gotta admit, it looks really nice. It looks like it's like the roof needs to be glued on or so, but yeah, as you can see, yeah, that looks really nice. So this is one of the, I think there's like 2 or 3 signal boxes you can get. This is the biggest one, and it's about $110. Oh, there you go. You got a nice bit of writing under there, if you can see. So just like the buffers, it does need to be painted. I'm not sure exactly what colours I'm gonna be painting it in, but I know that there's like a picture that Train World put out of like what the signal box would look like in this certain paint scheme, and I actually don't mind it, so I might copy that same scheme that they did. But overall, yeah, so that is at least everything that I got from Train World. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the signal box first. I'm assuming we'll just do that. And yeah, out comes the roof. Yeah, here it is. Well, I admit, it feels a little bit sticky actually. And it does have a really strong plastic smell. But yeah, it looks really cool. I think one of the reasons why the roof comes off the way it does is if you want to like add detail for any like professional modelers. Because as you can see, you definitely have plenty of space to do little switches and add little figures in there. I might obviously eventually do that at some point, but at the moment, no. But yeah, we've got the back, which is pretty plain, as you can see. We have the stairway that heads up to the main entrance. And then of course we have all the windows where you'd see all the signalling and yeah, a little, I guess I'm going to call footplate area. And I'm not sure what these would be. I guess maybe just a place where you'd have coffees and teas, something like that. And then of course we've got the roof. And then together, that's what it would look like. So yeah, really, really nice. I'm really happy I got the signal box. It's definitely a bit of money, but the way I see it, I would much rather have it where it's already built for me and all I've got to do is just paint the darn thing. I mean, I know it's cheaper to get it as kits, but still, I think this is better, in my opinion. At least for a start to me, because I'm a wimp when it comes to doing kits. Alright, but anyway, I guess the next thing we'll do is we'll take a quick look at one of the hoppers, which are in V-Line freight, if you didn't notice. And as I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I got the last 2 of these from Train World actually, because I checked after when I got all this stuff and these were actually out of stock. after it, they were gone. And also the buffers too. I bought all the last of the buffers of the 1942 ones at least. But yeah, here it is. Now I can definitely say this already feels like way better quality than the other hoppers that I have similar to this. I have a V-line and a couple VR hoppers that I got from Rail Molder Models, I'm pretty sure they're called. Now I'm not trying to bag them, but I can definitely say that their models are not the best compared to this. They were like 40 bucks each. These are about 75 each, and although they're like 30 something dollars dearer, I still think these are a way better model to get, because I've heard lots of people having complaints with the rail models, or whatever you call them, rail molder model variants. And of course, like old Decision standards, they have the little Decision thing on top there. If the camera was to focus, there you go. But yeah, what I do plan to do is maybe add some little bits of animal feed, because we do have that at Narana, and fill it up and have a small train carrying some of these, which I think would be a pretty cool idea. But now we'll go ahead and we'll take a quick look at one of the wagons in the 4-pack variant. Yeah, here is the variant that has the side things. Now, you can only get these ones in 4 packs, and the ones without them in the single packs. But all up, this was about 300 to get a 4-pack and 75 for singles. And that does work. If you were to just get 4 singles, it would be the same price. I guess the one good thing about getting single ones though is that if you want to have a few different variants, you can just get 3 or 4 different variants and having to buy all the same one in a 4-pack. But yeah, they look very nice. And again, definitely way more heavier and better quality in my opinion than the other mob that I mentioned earlier. And definitely doesn't, these handrails feel a lot more tougher and stronger. But yeah, look, they look very nice. So next up, we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at C501 in V-line, which will be our final thing that we'll take a look at. Alrighty everyone, you ready for another C-Class review? I know I'm not. I know you guys are probably getting kind of bored of all these C-Classes, but like I mentioned before, this will probably be at least the last C-Class I'll get for now. For now. But yeah, as you can see, looks very nice, doesn't it? Already. As you would expect. Here we go. Here is C501 in the V-line lever. I'm just going to take off some of these these safety things. And yeah, there you go. Now, obviously, this one is also a DC model. And of course, as you can see, it is George Brown. As you can see, that classic name. And yeah, we've got the good old V-line on the side, V-line at the back, which of course looks very nice. Obviously I'm just slowly taking all these things off as I go around. But no, I really do like this in V-line, C501. I will admit, I kind of do like it, I think, a bit more in the VR, like as far as C501, but I'll admit, it's still not that bad looking. Obviously, it's not bad enough that I didn't get it, obviously. I still really love it. But yeah, all up, now I've got about 5 C-Classes in the V-line and 1 in VR. Look, if I do plan to get any more C-Classes, it'll just be probably in the VR livery. But no, it looks very, very nice. So, I got 2 DC... well, actually, yeah, I got 3 DC C-Classes. 2 of which are Precision, this one and C508, and the other one is C507, but that's from like an older mob. I've got a second hand, nice, and it's got like nice weathering on it. And then I've got C503 and C506 from Precision, but DCC fitted. So all up, I'm pretty happy. I've got 2 DCC and 3 DCC classes, so I think that's definitely more than enough C classes. It's probably the most I've got apart from my NRs. And with that, everyone, I think that is everything that I have to unbox for you in this video now. So all up, I am very happy with everything that I got. I'm definitely really happy with how good a quality these V-line freight quarry hoppers are. So much in fact that, like I said before, I definitely want to get a few more. I am planning to get at least 2 packs of the V-line variant. Unfortunately at Trainworld they sold out of them, so I'm going to have to order some from Precision, but that's all well. But also really happy with the Loco as well. Even though I haven't been able to test it, I already know that it's going to run fine. So of course Loco looks very, very nice. All the 3D printed parts that I got, I'm really happy with. All the buffers, I mean some of them are definitely in a bit more of a rougher shape than others, if you can probably see. You can see how some have got little lumps and all that in them, and others are a little bit more flatter. Yeah, that can be a little bit annoying, but to me that's not a big deal. And of course we can't forget about the Signal box, which again I really do like as well. It's actually probably my favourite piece that I got out of the unboxing, at least from Trainworld. So overall it is a very, very nice and detailed model with the amount of, you know, parts in it, and this is 3D printed too, so yeah, it is really, really amazing. Now the good news is I do actually have someone that I know who can probably actually paint this for me, which would definitely be great, and the buffers as well. The buffers will be definitely pretty easy because all I need to do is, well, paint them white. But with the Signal box, I know a good thing that Trainworld did is that they've got like a picture of like a prototype that's been painted. So what I might try and do is, for the person that's going to help me to paint this, I might print out a picture and give it to them so that way they can copy the picture. Because yeah, I kind of like the one that Trainworld has gotten for an example. But overall, that is everything I got from Trainworld, at least, so I'm really happy with that. And of course, I'm also really happy with everything else that I did show off in this video. Of course, I want to say a massive thank you again to that Tank Engine and to the Narana staff for giving me so much of this great stuff. I know that I'm definitely going to have a great time trying to figure out where all this stuff can go. Now, I should have an update for you soon about when this Narana thing is going to be happening. Like I mentioned before in my Narana video, I have a feeling it's going to be sometime between January and March. But obviously, like saying, whatever day it's going to happen, it will happen for, at most, I think, for about a week. So whenever I do have the information of when I'm allowed to do it, I will obviously pass that to you guys on another video. But yeah, I should have an update for you guys soon about that. But yeah, overall, again, I'm really happy with everything I have gotten, and considering the fact that I got it a couple of days before Christmas, I guess, yeah, I can consider it as an early Christmas present. So overall though, guys, this is again going to be the final video of 2023, so hopefully you guys have a Merry Christmas, and of course a very Happy New Year. Let's cross fingers for that, hey? But overall, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next year, in fact. So take care, guys, and I will see you next year.